Hello, welcome back everybody. So we're now at the first programmed race of today, the first stock scooter class race. Dave Bristow waving to us down there, Jimmy Mack giving us a wave, Nikita. So they're all lining up for the sighting lap. As far as I can see, there's no gaps on the grid, so all runners and riders from yesterday still in the mix. Adi at the back there, as he's a Sunday only, so no qualifying time set yesterday. And they're off away. Graham will be hoping for a better get off on the lights than he did from the sighting lap. Grey haze drifts in our direction. So they're away around the carousel at the moment. Coming back into view now through that right-hander onto the back straight. Jimmy in full tuck, followed by his sister Nikita. So this being the production class and the gaggle that we have been fighting, it's good to see Hamley back out on track in this one. Steve Hamilton had an issue with his electrics on the practice this morning, but that's all sorted and he's made it out for the first race of the day. Got faster and faster yesterday in race 1 and race 2. Considerably warmer today. Lads and lasses are all coming back in, dripping in sweat. It said it was only with sort of 23 degrees, but it feels a lot hotter obviously once you sat on the grid in the full sunshine in your levers. So they're now coming down the corkscrew back onto the grid to line up. So on pole position in 4E is Graham Tatton and then Dave Bristow, and then we have Jimmy Mack and then production and Ryan there in third on his group 10 70cc zip. So then we've got the first two in production, Nikita Donahue and Steve Wright, then Shane Hunsdale, Ben Reddins. So we're just waiting now for the green flag from the back of the grid to see the lights come on. So having a little bit of an inspection. Marshall's still out on the track, sorry, on the other side, I didn't spot that. They're making their way back now, so they seem to be happy. And just checking for debris on the track. As soon as they're back off the circuit, we should be good for the start. Now I can see the marshals holding their headsets, looking for the OK from everyone, and the green flag's away, so red flag to the lights. Again, a long delay before they come on. The lights are on and they're away. Good start from Graham, not so good from Dave. Nikita and Steve side by side going into the first corner. So it looks like Graham Tatton's got out in front. He'll be first into the carousel. So just wait for him to come back into view now. Yeah, it's considerably warmer this morning than it was yesterday. And obviously due to get hotter as the day goes on. The air's very still. Don't think I've ever known it this unwindy. So we've got Dave Bristow now catching Graham. So Graham's had it all his own way in the first two races yesterday, but Dave's managed to get the lead going up the hill. Further back it looks like Jimmy's had an issue around the carousel, but he's now catching up on Steve Wright. Then we've got Simon Palmer, Ben Reddings looks like the first of the production group in that usual scrap further back. Hammy's still in touch. I think John Woods and Adi Horrocks still there. So they're off round the way. We can just about make the tops of some of the helmets, but as they come down now, it's Graham, Ryan and Dave all side by side into that left-hander, all braving it out. No one's giving way. Graham's managed to get through. Dave's trying to go around the outside into the left of the straight. Further back, Jimmy making up on Steve Wright. So it's Dave Bristow makes it first into the first corner. So then Ben Reddings has got the jump on Gary Smith, Shane Hunsdale, Gavin Gray, John Holt. And then we've got Adi and John Woods, Andy Walker and George Fielder going through. So nice to see it's a battle all the way through the field this day. Like I say, Graham had it all to himself yesterday in both races, but Dave's making him work for it this time and he's out in front. Ryan's right on the back of him. Obviously a different group, but overall still looking to get past. Nikita's still in first place in production, ahead of a brother on the 4E. Like I say, Jimmy got delayed in the carousel on that first lap round somewhere. Maybe a bit of grass tracking for Jimmy. Further back, Shane Hunsdale chasing down Gary with Gavin Gray and John Holt side by side. Further back, John Woods, Adi Horrocks, Andy Walker and George Fielder just going up the hill as the leaders will just pop into view, and it looks like Dave coming out first down into the corkscrew. It's not really a gap yet, but there is that 2 or 3 bike lengths in front. But Graham's strong through this section, but Dave should be able to accelerate away. He does a little bit and Ryan's trying to stick it up the inside of him. That's a brave move and it didn't work. Graham held on to that corner. Nikita away and a brother in hot suit behind the 4E. Second in production is Steve Wright, followed by Simon Palmer on his 4E. So Steve Hamilton going past Gavin Gray and keeping up the back with that fighting bunch of the production ones. Adi's got in front of John Woods. George flying through there. So still nothing in it. Dave's slightly got the edge, but Graham's not been dropped off by any stretch of the imagination. Ryan a similar distance back. You can see Jimmy now reeling in his sister Nikita Donoghue on his 4E over on the production. So Simon Palmer then goes through, followed by Brooke Norvey, the 2 4Es. Then second in Steve Wright on production. Then Ben Reddings in third, Gary Smith fourth, Shane Hunsdale, John Holt and Stephen Hamilton trying to go round the outside, probably try and cut up the inside on the next small frame. Obviously more suited to that twisty, but look at them 3 abreast coming round through the corkscrew. This is a proper scrap for the lead. So it's now Graham out there, but great drive from Dave out there. Will he get him before the first corner? No, he's tucked in behind this time, followed by Ryan. Jimmy now on the back of his sister's scooter. Should be able to do her on the next part of the back straight with the more power. Steve Wright in second in production, following through the 4E of Brooke Norvey. Ben going past Gavin, so Gavin has obviously got past him at some point previously. Shane Hunsdale, John Holt, Stephen Hamilton and Gavin Gray, 4 of them all bunched together having the scrap there. That's John Balcom going through on the number 55. Then Adi Horrocks, John Woods, Andy Walker. So as they go up the hill now, the leaders, it's Dave Bristow in the lead again. Keeps swapping all the time. And usually the Lambretta of Graham Tatton seem quite strong through this back section, where it's usually prefers the small frame, but Graham smooth, strong through the corners. He's making Dave work for it. Dave seems, and Ryan's got past him now, so that might help Dave a little bit. Just giving him an extra person to get round, but Ryan's right on the back of Dave now through the corkscrew. He'll look for the inside, yep. Cuts up the inside, but how wide will he go? He's kept it on. Dave now in hot pursuit. But Ryan takes that first corner, so it's Dave Bristow in second, but first in 4E, followed by Graham Tatton. Jimmy Max now got in front of his sister, Nikita Donahue. And Nikita still in solid first place for production, maintaining the 100% record. And then we go further back, Steve Wright now challenging Brooke Norvey. Brooke looks the wrong way and Steve's going round the outside, but the power of the 4E just giving him the advantage. Ben just managing to stay slightly in front of Gary. Stephen Hamilton now at the front of that pack. An experienced rider, but first time out on that scooter. Used to use rider production Lambrettas, now swapped to the small frame. So John Woods and John Balcombe. So John Balcombe first, John Woods, then Aidy Horrocks. Little shake of the head, he's lost a bit of ground to John there. So up the hill, let's have a look back to the leaders. So Dave Bristow comes through, then Graham Tatton. So I can't see Ryan at the minute. So Ryan may have dropped off. I can't see him in view here, so he might have dropped off with the mechanical somewhere around the carousel outside. But Dave now in the lead overall and for 4E, followed by Graham Tatton in chasing hard in second position. Looking back, Jimmy still now coming through in third position for 4E. First of the production scooters home, Nikita Donahue. And then we look back, Brooke Norvey and Steve Wright. Steve on the production, Brooke Norvey on the large frame 4E. Mr. Gear coming out there and Steve took full advantage, swept round up the inside of him. Simon Palmer coming through on his 4E, then Ben Reddings has now got a huge gap back. Can't see Gary Smith now. So Stephen Hamilton leading this second group of the production riders. Not unexpected, Steve, an experienced racer. Seems to now be fully in tune with his new scooter. Presenting really well. Aidy goes up the inside of John Balcombe into the back, into the start finish straight. John trying to get back onto him. So Dave Bristow comes down the corkscrew already. Got a considerable lead now. Gremlins of yesterday seem to have been dealt with. Enough for him to get that first position. He was hungry for it today, so it's good to see it coming as he reaches the checkered flag. A little stand up on the feet just to show his excitement at that. He'll be happy with that. First place overall. Graham coming in for a solid second position in 4E. So looking back, Jimmy's still riding hard. He doesn't look over his shoulder to see if he can take his hand off the throttle. Full throttle all the way, followed by Nikita Donahue, his sister, first in production class. Great achievement, and say not missed a single race or a single first place so far this season. Brooke getting the better of this last group through. Brooke Norvey, Sam Palmer and Steve Wright. Ben taking third in production with a big gap back to the rest that he's usually back. Oh, Gavin having a little bit of a squirrely moment through that last corner. Stephen Hamilton gets out in front of him, great result for Steve. And John Holt comes through. So look back, John Woods coming down now in front of Aidy, followed by John Balcombe. So if he pushes for the line this time. Took it on the bars, trying to get the scooter to go. But another solid finish for Aidy. And George Fielder and Andy Walker coming through. So George not finishing last. Managed to get past Andy in the latter part of the race. We'll be happy with that. And that's all the runners and riders through the checkered flag now for this one. So that was the first production race of the day. Stock scooters. So we should be back in around 4 or 5 laps time, but it's whether we'll have a break for dinner in the meantime. But just stand by on the live feeds for the second Supers race of the day, but the first one of the programme, so there's still another one after that. So it'll be Super Scooters next. Hope you can join us for that one. Cheers for now.